Welcome back to the Law Show. I'm attorney Brian Dailey, broadcasting live from high atop the Law Show studios in the windy city of Chicago on 89 WLS, dedicating every single show to the good works of the Capuchin Friars in the province of St. Joseph, covering Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. The Capuchin Friars, they feed the hungry, quench the thirsty, clothe the naked, house the homeless, inform the uninformed, and dignify the downtrodden. We support this great organization. We want you to support it as well. I'm answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469. That's 855-LAW-SHOW. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're doing. I founded the law firm, the Dailey Law Firm, in 1992, and we've been practicing since then. I actually practiced for some insurance companies before that to learn how to represent people. I'm glad I don't do that anymore because I really don't believe in insurance companies. Some of them are good. Most of them just really care about their money and their bottom line. They increase premiums. They go to the legislatures and they say, insurance is getting too expensive. It's because there's too many claims out there. And we want you to pass a law that prevents people from seeking civil justice when they've been injured, and they would normally be covered under our insurance policy of the person that injured them. I don't really believe in all that, but it happens. It seems that in many cases, in many states, the insurance companies and big business have taken over our legislatures and really are controlling things with massive amounts of money. I'm happy to report that the legislature in Illinois is a great legislature. It's not been taken hostage by anybody, by any special interest group. They still work for people, although there has been some effort to create some tort reform down in our state. In relation to medical malpractice, there have been now 3 attempts to impose damage caps on medical malpractice, and our great Illinois Supreme Court has beat it back every single time. And they should do that. We have a right to seek civil justice when we're injured by a doctor or by a lawyer or by a driver, a drunk driver, or by somebody else, whoever it might be. And some of the stories I hear from my clients about the injuries and the way that their injuries came about are really astounding. It's amazing that sometimes these things happen. And so we're going to be talking all about that today on the Law Show at 855-529-7469. That's 855-LAW-SHOW. If you've got a legal question about any particular area, my favorite area is, my area of concentration is personal injury and representing those who have been injured by insurance companies or by people insured by insurance companies. It can be a car accident, a slip and fall, a motorcycle accident, train accident. Maybe you're walking down one of the streets of our lovely city, Chicago, and something fell off a building and fell on your foot or your head or your arm or whatever. You have a right to seek civil justice and redress. And this is not all about hot coffee, okay? Incidentally, there's a movie out called Hot Coffee, and it really exposes what truly happened in that hot coffee case against McDonald's. That case was a very horrible case, and I would encourage everybody listening right now to search out on the internet the movie Hot Coffee and to watch that, and you'll see what really happened in that case and what McDonald's really did that was really bad. And you'll see that all the insurance companies and all the big business and all the politicians that are behind tort reform really sort of hijacked the facts in that, were dishonest with the public about what that case was really all about, and used it to their advantage to try and further restrict the ability of regular citizens, people like you and me, from seeking civil justice in our courts for injuries. So I handle all cases like that, whether it's an insurance company that's saying, no, they're not going to pay for your roof or damage to your car, or if it's somebody who has injured you in some way. You have a right to seek redress and to recover the loss of your income if you've been disabled from work as a result of the injury, to recover your medical expenses, and to make sure that there's adequate medical coverage there for you to care for your injury. And it's really important that you do that. It's really important that you not let any of that sort of thing go away. And don't think that just because the insurance companies and big business are telling you that there's jackpot justice and too many frivolous cases, that's not true. And here's the reason why it's not true. Injury lawyers handle cases on what's called a contingent fee basis, which means that when you sign up with the Daily Law Firm, we're going to take a 1/3% of whatever you ultimately receive through our efforts. So let's say, for example, you are injured and you have $100,000 in medical and wage loss, and we recover $150,000 for you. Our fee is going to be $50,000, and you're going to take $100,000 to reimburse you for your losses. That's called a contingent fee case. Now, if I don't recover anything for you, I don't get paid. So there's no such thing as a frivolous case, because lawyers don't take frivolous cases because they wouldn't ever get paid. A bad case is not a case that's ever going to see the light of day in court, because the lawyer's not going to get paid, and lawyers like to get paid just like everybody else, the taxi driver, the lunch counter worker, the bus driver, the ditch digger, the politician. Everybody likes to get paid for their efforts, and lawyers are no different. So that's why I'm telling you there's no such thing as a frivolous case. I defy anybody to call me right now at 855-529-7469 and talk to me about any potential frivolous case that they may have seen. I'm betting it really isn't a frivolous case, and the McDonald's hot coffee case was not a frivolous case, and I encourage everybody to take a look at that video when they can find that and see what it really involved. Part of the video, they showed people a write-up about the hot coffee case and asked them their impression about it, and it turned out that most people's impressions was that it was a frivolous case. And then they showed the injuries and the evidence to the people that had just said that, and they all changed their minds and said, you know what, it was a good case, and they should have been awarded significant amounts of money. And so it's not about the money, it's about civil justice. That's what it's about. We have a constitution. Our forefathers put this thing together and said we want everybody to be able to seek civil justice when they've been wronged, and we're going to set up these courts to do that. That's what the courts are there for. That's what judges are there for, to see you through this. And I don't want anybody to be timid about going forward to seek civil justice and redress. I'm attorney Brian Dailey. I'm broadcasting live from high atop the Law Show studios in the Windy City, Chicago on 89 WLS, answering all your legal questions at 855-LAW-SHOW. That's 855-529-7469. If you have a legal question about any area of the law, especially my area, injury and insurance claims, call me at 855-529-7469 right now. We'll talk all about it. There's no obligation. You come and you can call me right now and talk to me. You can call me later and talk to me, send me an email. There's no obligation until you sign a fee agreement. And even then, if you decide you don't want to go forward with it, just give us a call and we'll shut it down. We're not going to push you into anything. We just want you to be informed. And that's bringing another issue to my attention, and that is not seeking out information about your legal claims. If you have any slight inkling that you may have some legal claim, I want you to call me or call a lawyer, especially a lawyer who says they're not going to charge you for initial consultation, like the Daily Law Firm lawyers, and talk to them about your case to find out if you have a case. That way, you'll be able to make an informed decision and not run afoul of the statute of limitations. And if you do that, you're going to be blown out. You'll never be able to bring your case again if you miss the statute of limitations. It doesn't hurt you anything to go and talk to a lawyer. It's the Law Show right now. I'm answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469, or you can email your questions to questions@thelawshow.com. I'm going to take a question right now from James. James, you're on the Law Show.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. What can I do for you?
Back in September, I had emergency eye surgery where I literally went to the eye doctor's office, and he said if I had come in a day later, I would have lost my eye. So what had happened was I told him I owned my own business and I didn't have any insurance. And he said, well, your bill's going to be approximately $7,000.
Okay.
And I don't care how you pay me, if you pay me $5 a week, whatever. But we need to have this done tomorrow, any place that you want to have it. So I had the surgery done. It was only moderately successful. And I had a bill for almost $20,000 from the hospital, $2,500 from the anesthesiologist, and $7,000 from the doctor.
Yep.
Well, I explained to the hospital I didn't have the money to pay that. So they put me in as a charity case and took a fraction of the money,
right?
And I paid them off. The anesthesiologist wouldn't do anything to help me out at all. I had
Hey,
to pay
James.
that.
James, turn your radio off.
Then I went to the doctor.
James.
James. I was
James.
receiving collection agency bills.
James.
And, yes.
Turn your radio down.
I don't have it on.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
There's a little feedback. So anyway, they want me to pay the entire $6,000. I told them I couldn't. I'd pay them $50 a month, and ended the conversation that way. I've sent them 2 checks, and they've cashed them both. And now I'm receiving letters from a collection agency.
Okay, James. Here's what you need to do. There's probably not a chance that you're going to ever be able to pay that in full, and the interest charges is just going to keep continuing, okay? Thank God the doctor got you into the surgery as quickly as he did. It's unfortunate that you're unable to pay the bill and that you didn't have insurance, but this is a classic case for you to file what's called Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Are you employed?
Yes, I own my own business.
Okay. And so just give me a ballpark of what your income was last year, your net.
Oh, 30,000.
Okay, so you need to sit down and meet with Brian Russell in my Chicago office and talk to him about filing for bankruptcy and knocking out all this debt. Okay, it's going to take a hit on your credit rating for a little while, but you'll find that once you get through the Chapter 7, it's about 90 days. You'll find that once you get that Chapter 7 approved and all that debt is gone, you're going to get offers for credit cards like within the first 7 days after that's done. Okay.
Right.
But you need to take the heat off of yourself and make sure that you're not facing these every morning you get up, because it's gonna destroy your life. You just don't want to do that. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for calling the Law Show. We're going to continue
much.
answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469, but not until after a few short messages. I'm attorney Brian Dailey. I'm broadcasting live from high atop the Law Show studios in the Windy City, Chicago, answering all your legal questions on 89 WLS at 855-529-7469. We dedicate this show and every show to the good works of the Capuchin Friars in the province of St. Joseph. They do wonderful things. We support this organization, and I want you to support them as well. If you have a legal question, call me at 855-529-7469. The Law Show continues after these few short messages, so stay tuned.